Yo, welcome to Beers and Bars.
Your place for rapid fire hip hop discussion and of course great beer.
I'm Kamal Kiddo.
OT the Golden Child. Thank y'all for checking out our last episode, which featured the homie John, who was at Revolution.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Doing the whole Deep Wood release and all that kind of stuff, and talked about Crustline Pizza and all that. But you know what I'm saying? We here with the homies today. We tapping back in.
Yes, sir.
I think the last time, the last time we recorded with Turner House, we was on the Zoom or whatever.
Yeah, we
We're
on live.
We're on live.
Yeah.
But now we have the pleasure of being physically in this
Yes, sir.
together.
Yes, sir.
So
This is important because this is they're at a new location.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
But we'll get into that journey.
Yes, sir.
We had Steve Turner,
Yes, up.
right? And Nate Aikens.
Nate Aikens. What up?
Nate Aikens.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Word up.
We appreciate y'all pulling up.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Welcome to Turner House.
Welcome to the tap room.
Before we get started, what are we drinking?
A bevy of things, right? I know you want to.
What
So
are we drinking?
I'll start with mine, then we can let Steve and Nate maybe talk about what's going on. But I'm drinking the
Yes.
Queen's Legacy, right?
Yep.
Is this the barrel aged style?
Yep,
Yeah,
and Uncle
so-
Nearest Barrels.
Yeah, the only brewery in the country to have beer aged in Uncle Nearest barrels.
Yep.
Yeah, man. We did about what, 8 to 10? How long was the barrel time?
Oh, it was almost a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like right
we
at a
did
year.
about a year.
It was like right
yeah,
at a year.
we brewed this a while ago.
Yeah.
So to be able to
Yeah.
enjoy it, it's almost gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad you're able to enjoy it.
All right, and what's the ABV on this one?
7.6 is on the bottle, but let me tell you,
I know.
I think the barrel time
Right?
might have
I know, because
set
it's
up
boozy.
a little bit. It's very boozy. Yeah, it's
I mean,
you taste the whiskey.
thank you for clearing that up. I probably
But
wouldn't
it's
have had
7.6 on the bottle, so we'll go with
you
that.
say taste of whiskey. What goes into brewing this stout? This is a stout, right?
Yeah, it's a stout. Yeah, it's a Caribbean stout.
Yep.
We tried it. So the first year that we did it, this is our second iteration of it. The first year we did it with millet.
Yep.
We did it with all millet, which kind of presented some difficulties. One, sourcing it as much of it as we needed to actually pull off a stout.
And we wanted to have all ingredients from Africa.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why we took the millet approach. the
Right.
first time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So this year we kind of changed the grain bill a little bit. Still ingredients that you would find in either Africa or in the Caribbean or whatnot, which still makes it a Caribbean style stout. So it's meeting the profile of a Caribbean style stout. But then what we do is we take that finished wort and then we ferment it out in the fermentation tanks. Then we take part of that fermentation and put it in the barrels and then let it finish out in the barrels. And like I said, this one had a barrel contact time of about 11 and a half months, so right at a year.
Yep.
And let me ask this because we had the Jay Westbrook did a Caribbean stout recently, right? So what makes it a Caribbean stout is like the sugars and whatnot that you use.
Yes.
So okay. All right,
Yep.
okay. Well, more than that, but just
Yeah. But that's a major
part of the
characteristic of the profile.
Okay,
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's go around a bit. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what am I drinking? I know I'm drinking the Saison.
Yeah, you and I are both drinking Eliza. This is our oak aged Saison. It's basically what we do is we just make a traditional Saison, and we add a few little in there, but we won't share that on camera.
Yeah, right.
But then essentially what we do is we take oak spirals that come from like rum barrels, cherry oak.
Okay.
We soak them in rum additionally throughout. So like we usually like let them soak for. If I can get a month on that, that'll be great. But if not, I can at least do like 2 to 3 weeks, and then we just plop it in the fermentation process. Like that last week, we'll throw in the oak spirals into the fermentation tank. So basically, the difference between oak aging versus barrel aging is just the contact time is different.
Yeah.
If you are talking about a barrel aged beer, you're gonna get 100% of that barrel flavor out of it.
Right.
If you're doing spirals, you're really only going to get about 75 to 80% of that oak.
Okay.
The flavor out of it. But it's still close enough when you don't have barrels.
Yeah, and I mean, and that really comes from his background at homebrew. He's been homebrewing almost 15 years. So I mean, with homebrew, we were in the basement doing these 5-gallon batches.
Yeah.
And we wanted a oak age. You know,
Yeah.
we wanted, and I mean, just him being a creative genius, you know, doing those early homebrew.
Yeah.
And just the fact to see this batched up and scaled this recipe up and, you know, still able to keep some of those original recipe aspects is a blessing to still be able to taste it, right?
No.
Yeah.
So let me ask, where are you all brewing right now?
Yeah, so we have our own brew facility downtown. So we brew there.
Yeah.
Right now, the goal is for us to consolidate everything under one roof. But right now, we have our own brew facility and brew house downtown.
Yep.
And then we have this area is our tap room. So we just basically brew it there and tap it here.
Running kegs, bro.
Man,
running kegs, bro.
So for those that don't know who Turner House is,
Sure.
how did you all start? I know you were originally brewing at home.
Yeah.
How did you all start?
Yeah, so basically, once I got my first brew kit, it was a Christmas gift. It came with a book. I tell everybody I'm not the most avid reader, but I am an avid beer drinker and a beer enthusiast. And so when I got the kit, I was determined not to mess up my first beer. Everybody told me, you're going to mess up your first beer. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I read that book cover to cover at least 10 times within a month period. So that's a lot for me. Yeah. Again, considering not a big reader. Read the book, got extremely intimately familiar with the process of brewing beer. I brewed my first beer. When you brew your first beer, when you're doing home brewing in general, I tell everybody it's exercise in delayed gratification. So I brewed that beer on a January night right after New Year's, and I had to wait 30 days before we could even taste it because I didn't have the fancy equipment to force carbonate it and all that stuff. It had to carbonate naturally, ferment out naturally, all that stuff. So it was about a month later that it was ready. And lo and behold, and unfortunately, but yet fortunately, the day that the beer was ready was the day our grandmother passed away. His wife, my first cousin, Blair. So I packed all the beer up, drove up here to Chicago. I was living in Nashville at the time. That's my hometown. Shout out to Nashville. Yeah. Brought the beer. We sat around the kitchen table at her parents' house after the funeral, drinking a beer, and everybody couldn't believe that I made it. And so we came up with this hypothetical thought of, well, what if we made a brewery and named all the beers after matriarchs? I had already decided to name the first beer Helen.
How long ago was this?
This was about 10 years ago.
Because this was, I was starting to court my now wife. You know, we were dating long distance. But my approach.
Such a gentleman.
You know what I mean? It was my approach. You know what I mean? I'm getting to know her, but then her grandma dies. Right. She means a lot to me. I come home for this funeral as well. You know what I mean? And I remember sitting around the counter. Mother-in-law's talking about making the what was it? The
infused vodkas and stuff.
Infused drinks.
Yeah, because she was doing that at the time. Yeah, she was
like making like sangria, but like infused drinks. Like she was like, we're gonna have those on the bar. So it's just crazy to see this
actually happen,
tangible. But being there that day before she was my wife. But like talking about that and like being in our tap room is crazy.
Yeah. And I just want to point out, when he said he used to court Blair, he had a horse out there.
Okay. I was a gentleman.
He pulled up on the horse with a hat. Tied it off on the mailbox.
Tied her off on the mailbox. Walked
in and said, "Sorry for your troubles, ma'am. I heard you lost your grandma."
My father-in-law had a couple goats. It was an even trade.
All of that. You know, and that's the story of Turner Häus Brewery.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
So, because that's probably a reason for some people who have seen the first time we talked to them, they kind of talked about how they got the names out. So every beer that we talked about, even here, in every beer you have the matriarchal influences and whatnot. Every beer is named after matriarch. So that's kind of the brand of Turner.
Absolutely.
It's our brand. It's our key branding element.
The difference about the Queen's Legacy, we're honoring Victoria Butler.
Who's very much still alive.
Yeah, who's still alive. We love you, Victoria. But so she's the great granddaughter
of Nearest Green.
Uncle Nearest, and she picks every barrel. She's the master blender for Uncle Nearest. Really? So that's who we're honoring with this stout.
Yeah.
I feel like we gotta talk about that specific. So Uncle Nearest, right? So this stout being aged in those barrels, can you kind of tell people what is Uncle Nearest? What that?
Yep. You want to take the story?
Yeah, I'll take it. So Uncle Nearest, so basically, for those of you at home that don't know, because people still are learning the story of Uncle Nearest, even though they've had experienced an extreme amount of growth. Nearest Green was a slave to the Jack Daniels family. Nearest Green had mastered his skill of being able to distill whiskey. This is back in the hooch days where you would, have your own little still and all that. He actually taught Jack Daniels the recipe that Jack Daniels built their empire on, and taught him how to distill.
Taught him how to make whiskey.
Taught him how to make whiskey. So
and using like African methods, like distilling through charcoal, like just certain. Yeah.
So
crazy.
Fast forward eons later, this lady by the name of Fawn Weaver. Hey, Fawn.
We love you, Fawn.
Love you too. Fawn Weaver, who I believe at the time was like writing for like New York Times, LA Times, like she was kind of like a big deal on that platform. Does all this research on Nearest Green, writes this article, publishes it. It picks up a lot of traction, and then she takes her findings to the Jack Daniels company. Actually, Jack Daniels did the right thing, fell on their sword, and was like, "Yep, this is all to be true. Like our whole company is built on this." And endowed the Nearest Green's family members and descendants with land in Lynchburg, Middle Tennessee, not too far from my hometown, Nashville. And then also endowed Fawn Weaver with a certain amount of money. I don't know what that was, but to get the Uncle Nearest company started. Whiskey company. Premium whiskey. So
they've acknowledged it all, bro.
They've acknowledged it all. And so then that birthed Uncle Nearest.
Fastest growing whiskey in the world,
and the most awarded whiskey.
Most awarded the last
four
years.
The last 4 years, most awarded. So again, you guys are drinking history because this is the only time in our country's history where two African American like adult beverage companies have come together to collaborate. And then also shout out again to Tennessee Brew Works, our partner in this, who we brew the beer with there as well. So the three of us also make history in another way because we're the only three. My lineage as a Tennessean, coupled with the lineage of Nearest Green as well as Tennessee Brew Works as a Tennessee company. They actually passed a resolution for us this year at the release by giving us a proclamation from the state of Tennessee and honoring and acknowledging the history that we make in that bottle and in that glass. So.
The mayor pulled up.
Mayor
pulled like, it was crazy.
So now I gotta go Google this.
And you should too.
No, it's a lot of history right there.
Let's back it up. This is Queen's Legacy.
Yes, that's Queen's Legacy.
And the Queen is honoring Victoria Butler.
Yes, she's our queen.
Yes.
Who is
Uncle Nearest Green's great-great-granddaughter.
Got you.
And the only African-American whiskey blender in the country.
Yeah, she's the master blender.
She's the master blender for...
Again, so the most awarded master blender in the last 4 years.
Yeah, the last 4 years.
Making whiskey.
Worldwide.
Yep.
I don't want to steal from from Nori and drink cans, but we got to toast to them.
Toast.
Well, Kanye said I got a gentle mental. Could you not do that no more? I got a gentle mental.
I think we should just bring it to how we get here, right? We're here at what is it, 47th and
47th in Michigan.
At Savory,
You all had the opening event not too long ago. You are housed in Sip and Savor.
Yes.
Right, we're at Sip and Savor.
How
did that come about?
Please tell me. It's just like, man, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Now that's facts.
He shot a shot.
And here we are. So basically, I think it was 2019. We had formed the company and we were doing everything we can to like kind of get ourselves organized. And the big thing is like, having your own tap room, having your own space to be able to sell your product. I mean, that's key in this business. So I was really kind of scratching my head on how we were going to do that. We had already pursued a couple of options, didn't really work out. So it was really starting to become a thing that was bugging me. And then just out of the blue, I kind of had an idea. I said, well, man, these some of these coffee shops around here, you know, they only sell coffee during the day, but in the evening, they're not doing anything. They're pretty much closed. So I came cold right off the street. I actually left work early, completely abandoned my job. I wouldn't know if I should advise that or not, but I definitely jumped out of my seat and came down and met with Trez at 43rd. Cold off the street. Never met him a day in my life. We started talking. I kind of told him what my vision was, my idea, and that was kind of the start of it. And, you know, so we talked through. We were thinking about doing it at 53rd, and we were looking at 43rd. And then when I finally came over and saw, I had never even been over here before. So when I saw the 47 location, I said, no, Trez, this is it. I was like, this is perfect. It's the right amount of space. It's got the right look and feel. And so we were able to strike a deal where we can co-share this space because they have a line of take-home cocktails that they are launching. And so it would require them to need a liquor license and some of the same licensing that we would need. And so there you go. You know, I can provide something that you need, and you have something that I need, and that's what partnership should be about at the end of the day. So shout out to Trez Pugh who just walked in.
COVID blessed us, bro.
It did, yeah.
COVID really blessed us just off of the strength that we were able to shift our business model to a more collaborative-based model just in general. Even before this happened, we were doing stuff with Uncle Nearest. We were doing stuff with Tennessee Brew Works. You know,
Guidance.
We were doing stuff with Lulu. And it's like, more people found out about us just by who we were attaching ourselves to and how intentional we were about that. And it like this, just like I said, it was synergy at that point. Once this happened, I mean, COVID blessed us. We were trying to do something very different. Very different than this.
Honestly, our business model before COVID is nothing like what we're doing right now. It's not even. In fact, we keep trying to figure out how we're going to go back to some of those old elements. I don't even know how at this particular point. The business kind of took on a life of its own, and we always refer to it as our baby. And so it went from like, oh, the baby is alive, to oh, the baby needs milk. We need more finances to support it. Now it's like, damn, the baby walking. Now we got a toddler.
So this is originally a coffee shop. How is it that, because you all have beer on tap here, right? How did they have, what did they have to do in order to get the beer to be on tap?
Well, liquor license.
The liquor license. Well, actually, the first thing, before we got the liquor license, we had to rezone this entire city block. So there was a moratorium on alcohol sales on 47, period. So right out of the gate, we were faced with some nasty, the full thing. And so then, even in most cases, when you do like a rezoning, you can like rezone the parcel or the area that you're going to be using of the land. But in this case, due to the moratorium plus other factors, mainly the fact that the guy or the company that owns this building, they own the entire block outright. And because they own the entire block outright, then it went from just rezoning this to rezoning all the property that is owned by the same entity. So that changed everything because there's notifications that have to go out, a certain radius around that. So it changes your radius.
Make sure the church signs off.
Like all of that. So it was a lot. It was a lot. Y'all have no idea the stuff that came out of the woodworks. I mean, so I first talked to Trez in 2019, and we're in 2023 right now. That's how long it took.
Oh wow!
Yeah, bro.
I was about to say, how
City of Chicago, bro.
It took
a lot of red tape.
Very long time.
I mean, and we shout out to Pat Dow.
Oh my God, we love you, Pat.
We had automatic support. Like, she supports us. She wanted us here. Versus, we were thinking about other parts of the city.
She advocated for us heavily. Otherwise, we would not be here. So absolutely. If it wasn't for Pat Dow, we would not be sitting here talking to you guys in the tap room.
Put this in a commercial.
All the red tape and everything that you do to get you to the position now where we're here. You guys had the grand opening a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, just last week. This past Thursday, November 30th.
But I mean, when this releases, it'll probably be a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, but November 30th.
and since then, how is it? So first off, What outside of these? What's on tap here?
So we have Helen, which is that first beer I made, the grapefruit lager.
Stop playing with that.
Personal favorite. Personal favorite of yours. We got the Eliza, which is our OK Saison. That's what we're drinking.
Yep.
We have our Marlene, which is our blood orange triple.
Great.
And then we have our Lola, which is our PB&J IPA. In this case, peanut butter basil jalapeno. That's the J. Yeah.
Bro, yeah. Beer drink. I love that beer so much because of how it changes.
Yeah.
Like you make it, then you get the spicy of the jalapeno.
Yep.
But then as she sits in the fermenter and kegs, then you really get a lot of basil. And like I've heard customers refer to it as like just a herby beer.
Earthy. It's very earthy.
Very herby. Like it's
my favorite element of it is actually my favorite. That's probably the beer I'm most proud of in terms of like execution. With a complex flavor profile. We're not a big IPA shop. You're never gonna come to one of our tap rooms and see like 10 IPAs, 5 IPAs.
There are a lot of other breweries.
Yeah, like that. We'll let everybody else do that. We like to focus on different styles of beers. And we only really have one IPA in our mainstay. We may do a couple of, once.
We got the Gazelle that we do yearly.
But that's collaborative.
That's a collaborative.
We got about 30 recipes altogether that we already have like fine-tuned. So it's a lot about to happen that people aren't even ready for, to be honest. Because y'all have only had our main 5 throughout the year.
Really, main 4.
Yeah,
people don't know Hazel.
Hazel, yeah.
That's our style.
That's our style. That'll be coming up pretty soon, first of the year as well. But the PB&J IPA, the Lola, very, very proud of that one as a brewer because to execute those flavor profiles, peanut butter, basil, and jalapeno, and they each introduce themselves on the palate from smell to taste to finish in different ways. But I specifically love the way the jalapeno plays with the hop profile of an IPA. It's a good blend.
We'll pour you up out here.
Yeah. We'll make sure you get some of that before you get out of here. You like, man, I should have had that next.
Right. I saw that on the menu up there. Damn.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's what everybody do.
Everybody's so curious, like, man, let me at least get a 3 ounce.
Yeah.
But a lot of people end up getting that full pour.
With the jalapeno.
Yeah, bro.
Before we do the music and all that, we were remiss not to first off talk about location. Like, where are we? So people can know where they come physically to the
So we are at the corner of 47th and Michigan. It's the easiest way to tell people how to get to us. Literally, Michigan, 47th, Turner House, Sip and Savor right there.
And what I love about we're working with Uber, if you're getting a lift, you could type in Turner Häus Brewery. Like I said, we're working on Uber. The special thing about 47th Street is how many ways you can get to it. So the expressway, you get the Dan Ryan, come east. You get Lakeshore Drive, come west off 47. You know what I mean? The Green Line, if you want to hop on the Green Line, it's right there.
Yep.
So
the bus stop is literally
the bus
right
stop.
in front
Literally,
of my door.
there's a bus,
right in front of my door.
over,
I mean,
over Oscar's shoulder.
It's a bus right there.
Yeah, literally, there's a bus.
As a bus drives by.
Yeah, so we're very accessible.
Google Maps, because it said Turner.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got some good reviews, so if you come have a beer, give us a review.
A good one.
Yeah, right. But it's we're at a great location.
Let me ask real quick. You all are getting your barrels from Tennessee.
Yep.
For that.
Getting them shipped here.
Oh, no.
For the next iteration.
The next iteration, and we're working on some. We got a lot of stuff in the works. Y'all have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, y'all are just seeing the fruits of our labor on one aspect of the business. We've got so many other things in the works right now. Y'all have no clue what's about to happen.
We really want to talk soon.
Like
we'll like updated episode.
Y'all gonna be coming back here a lot, is what I hope.
Absolutely.
Because
I want them in front of our fermenters. I want them in front of the tanks.
Once I saw that y'all had officially announced, I was like, I hit Kamal like a week later, like we got to go to Turner House.
Yeah,
that's right. Like we got to tap in. You know
that's love, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Many years ago, man, Oscar hit me and said,
yeah.
Shout out Oscar.
The homie. In the camera. Shout out to Oscar. He gonna come
silent member of the
team. Years ago, Oscar hit me like, yo, I know y'all do beers and bars. My guys are doing a tasting at the crib, at their house.
Yeah.
Yep.
I couldn't make it because I was at the barber shop.
That.
Yeah.
But to know that it's grown into this.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Who you telling?
Right. I'm still like, man.
Who you telling?
Let people tell the story. That's
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And you know, you all are in this space right now, right? But off camera, you know, Nate was saying that you all are gonna outgrow this space soon, and I can definitely see that. People are gravitating towards Turner House.
It was crazy, bro. We had a semi-slow day Friday. You know, the bar was full and maybe a table or two, and I'm washing dishes. You know what I mean? Just making sure people know what they want. And then 5:30 hit, bro, and it was packed in here. People putting together tables. We had people from out of the country coming to visit their friends. Their friends are like, "Oh, when you get here, we'll go to this brewery." And like, it's just crazy that people want to come and have a beer with us after work, bro.
Yeah, and we appreciate it. Like,
Thank you.
We don't take it for granted at all. We really
thank you
all for your interest in us, our beer, our craft, our product, our story.
The story.
You know, one thing I really want to focus on right now, since we're kind of talking about location, our space, I want to talk about our community. I want to talk about how important that is to us. And that's a big vision that both Trez and I share. Trez is the owner of Sip and Savor. He and I both intimately share the same vision of how business should positively impact your community, and like especially Black communities, because Black businesses are the anchors to our community if we're going to try to get ourselves to a higher standard of living. You know, businesses, that's the economic engine that creates the tax base, that funds the schools, that fixes your streets, that puts stoplights up, that helps the infrastructure grow. People don't look at it that way, but I will say Trez is one of those folks that looks at it that way. Expanding upon that just a little bit further, there's nothing like this anywhere close to the south side of where we are. So our community, even though we're in Bronzeville, is not just Bronzeville. When we're talking about our impact as our presence being here, our presence means our community extends past Bronzeville to Hyde Park, to Kenwood, to Woodlawn where they live, all the way down the South Shore where Oscar lives. That's our community. Because you can't find any other service like this in either of those neighborhoods, any of the ones that I mentioned the name. You have to go across the interstate over into Bridgeport to get another brewery. I think Trez is looking it up. I think there's not a liquor license within a mile or two radius of us.
Oh, wow.
And it's a lot of people. This is a densely populated neighborhood. So we really
not
do.
Illegal liquor. I say some people with liquor.
When we say we thank the community, we really truly mean that, and we also really truly mean that we're here for the community. We're Bronzeville's family tap room. Like, we want people to come in with their families and people to be able to have a comfortable place to enjoy, socialize, and unwind, and not have to always go to South Loop, not have to always go on the north side to go get good quality craft beer. You can come here. So there's an education process that you guys are playing a role in and allowing us to be here.
And we applaud y'all for that.
We do. We really
do. Y'all don't stop either.
To allow us to be able to communicate our message, because it's going to take a lot of work to get people to stop here and not pass us and go north, because they don't know we're here yet, and I don't want to take that for granted. So I appreciate you guys for allowing us your platform to share our message about us being here and what we're bringing.
Appreciate you. Shout out to Beers and Bars.
It is Beers and Bars, your place for rapid fire hip hop discussion, right? So we'd be remiss not to talk about some music. It's December, the year is ending. What y'all been on for 2023? What y'all been listening to? What y'all been listening to?
It could all bars. It could be R&B bars.
Right? No, that's
now be careful with me when you talk about all bars, because he will tell you.
He gonna get very boom bap.
I not only boom bap, but I have a very diverse range of music that I listen to. Like I'll pull out alternative on you, country. Where you want to go with it?
His pull-out game is strong. Pause. He said he'll pull it out.
I'll pull it out, all right? But right now, so inside joke, we'll let the world in on it.
You two go.
Yeah, because that's right. Between me and Oscar behind the camera and Nate, no one plays the pause game longer. It's like we We are always pausing each other. Hey, pause, bro.
Y'all are
Right. But we don't want to bring y'all in our vortex.
Yeah, so sorry for doing that.
Because he can't help himself.
Sorry for doing that to you.
Cam and Murder, man.
Right? Shout out to them dudes. I mean,
they might be the only ones that beat us good.
they on it.
Yeah, they on
So
it.
I'll kick us off because I think we really need to have a conversation. And I'm going to say this. I'm not a street dude, so I can say what I want. Gunna had the album of the year, bro.
Whoa.
Gunna had the album of the year, bro.
Okay.
And I think we need to talk about it, bro. Gunna had the album of the year. Gunna had the song of the year. Fuck you mean? Like, Gunna won this year and spent the first quarter telling. And I think that we should have a nuanced conversation.
I fuck with you. I really do.
Bro, it's the music, bro. I'm not a street dude. He didn't tell on me, none of my people.
I fuck with Nate.
But like you gotta, it's good.
Nate.
He's good at making music, bro.
I like
Even Bread and Butter being it looked like he filmed that video on an iPhone, bro. And to come out swinging, and then to drop an album. I'm sorry. I think the conversation needs to be had.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
I think Gunna's a good artist, actually.
He is.
He a street
Album of
dude.
the
He a street
year,
dude.
though?
He a street dude. See?
I'm not.
Did you hear the album? You heard the album?
I listened to the
Now,
album.
did he have the best year as far as a rapper concerned?
I wouldn't even give him best year.
Jermaine Cole won the year, I think.
I was about to say
Without an album.
With no album.
with no album.
The man is killing on
Two of the
his verse.
biggest, two of the songs of the year arguments. He's on both of them. I mean, I know First Person Shooter is late in the year, but we
That
got
ain't
to.
even one of them for me.
I like
Really?
that. He killed
No,
it.
he killed Drake on Drake's single that is on the radio.
And he's good.
The song ain't hit.
Drake had to add another verse.
Y'all tripping. Okay.
Are you
Sounds
serious?
good.
First person shooter.
Yes, y'all tripping. That song is good.
Even Waves is better than first person shooter, and that was on the Scary Hours extended clip.
It's okay. Yeah.
You know
All right.
what
So
I'm saying?
J. Cole, this is
Okay,
J. Cole's
hold on.
year. We're saying a lot right now.
What
Sorry,
y'all-
y'all. Okay.
What y'all been listening to this year? What's at the top?
Yeah.
well, we know Gunna for him.
I listen to Gunna and then Travis. Gunna and Travis.
We gotta go to Steve. Yeah.
Travis?
Yeah.
Travis.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I like the Travis Scott album. I'm gonna be honest though, the Travis Scott
See?
album
Whoa.
was not what I was hoping it would be.
Me
I'm
either.
not disappointed with it, but it just wasn't like his last album. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, some of this is just personal annoyance that I have with Travis Scott because we waited on that shit
Yeah.
for so long.
Yeah.
And it was
Facts.
like about to come out, it's about to come out back then.
Yeah.
And then it didn't, and it finally came, and it was like,
It was alright. Yeah.
I give you that. It's a lot of features. I love the features. They're like he got Beyonce on that joint, dog. Like,
But is that a good song though?
but do
that's
you,
a great song. That's a great song.
what, bro? Like,
That's a great song.
I'm not going to Travis to hear him rap, bro.
I'm sorry, that's a dope song.
I don't want to hear him rap. I want to hear the song. I want to hear production. I want to hear the hook.
Yeah.
I want to see how you shift the beat.
Yeah.
Tea time.
You want to get 5% 10. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So that,
Interesting.
What are you listening to? Because he's disgusted with us. Gunna? Travis? But Tui?
He was perturbed. Go ahead.
Man, the monocle, right? Oh my God. I mean, as a Travis fan,
Okay.
I'm a Travis fan.
Okay.
This wasn't it for me. You know what I'm
I
saying?
get it.
And I really,
What was it for you?
Russ.
Stop.
I'm not checking for Russ.
I was about to say.
But like the year, to be honest, at the top is probably like a Cleo Soul. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. Album that I think came in and just splashed the whole game and like would be.
Oscar.
He really loses himself.
Oscar, stop.
You get him one more of these?
Not even on the show. This is why we can't do this with him.
You get him one more of these,
Just
he gonna be up on the table. He gonna be up on the table.
I would say
Splash.
Diddy really came.
He did.
No, we can't talk about that right now, y'all.
He did.
We can't. That's a different conversation.
Listen. Separate the music from the man.
Man. Hold on now.
We don't know. These are allegations.
Hey, though, you can't talk about R. Kelly in Chicago. That's different.
No, I'm just saying, but
Listen, that Diddy album is nice.
It's nice. I give you that.
The Diddy
But
album,
Brother Love,
he really came in and was like, "Yeah, nah, I'm still this guy. Like, I'm still the dude."
I take it from you.
I ain't gonna lie. That Justin Bieber joint,
He said, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, nah, it's
The
a
Jasmine
great
Sullivan joint is
But see,
crazy.
Jasmine doesn't miss. Jasmine doesn't miss.
album. Yeah,
Yes.
Sway Lee is
Right.
good.
Nah.
The Jasmine is good though.
Jasmine's great.
Diddy's
But
album.
that
Really,
Diddy- yeah.
I would say honorable mention as late as it is. I ain't gonna lie, the Cottage Grove, College Grove.
Who was that?
Wayne
Yeah.
Wayne
Wayne
Chains,
Two
yeah.
Chainz.
Yeah.
That album,
I give you that.
Listen to it, yeah.
I gotta go back.
I
to it.
give you.
It's some
joints on there.
the whole
But
album
it's some
is
joint,
a
man.
Nah, I'm sorry. It's a set in
Gunna smacking that.
No.
I'm sorry.
Gunna
This is
smacking
my
that.
problem.
How you gonna disrespect
Gunna
Wayne
smacking
like
that, bro.
And
Respectfully.
no way.
Respectfully, Gunna smacking that, bro.
Wild in here.
Gunna smacking that, bro. And honestly, I know y'all didn't listen to it, but I think Kodak's project might have smacked that.
No.
Pistols and Pearls? Y'all didn't
We
listen.
gotta get Nate on the
Have you
show,
listened
boy.
to the?
Cause y'all
Have
would
you
argue
listened to
all
Kodak?
day.
Pistols and Pearls,
We
bro.
argue all
Y'all would go
day.
argue all day. Y'all
Oh no,
I
Kodak.
checked for Kodak. This new Kodak is that?
Have you heard Gunsmoke Town? Kodak rapping 3 minutes straight, actually talking about what, like, I feel like he's letting us in more as an artist. He's crazy. I don't condone what Kodak does, but like seeing his maturation as an artist, specifically after his time with Kendrick, I think he's being a little bit more transparent. And I while I don't agree, I'm interested in his perspective. I say that.
I'm gonna check.
But like Gunsmoke Town is my sleeper song of the year, bro.
Kodak Black is definitely an artist that I have come to appreciate and respect his evolution into the artist that he is, the
Yeah.
person that he is today. His newer music is actually like it's up there in terms of quality and production, and not only that, but even lyrically, he's found his space.
Yes.
So I agree.
He plays with his flows.
Yeah, all of that. I
Yeah.
agree with you 100%. But when you got two damn legends like
Oh,
Two
come on.
Chainz and Wayne,
So you
all the albums
100%.
collaborating,
That's
you cannot
your
compare.
favorite.
What's the
That's your
single?
favorite album right now?
My favorite album, man, it's so fucking hard to say.
I mean, you
Well, I
got
mean, he
Diddy.
said Travis. He said
Travis.
Diddy.
Honestly,
And we got to get to you too.
I want to check
Mine's
to
is
make
easy.
sure
I
I'm
don't
right, but I don't know if Kid Cudi made it to 2023 or if that was
I think that was. I think that was.
was
I'll check it. I'll
not
check
even
it for you.
2022.
I'll check it for you. I think it might have been though.
He dropped the album.
The soundtrack album, Intergalactic.
That Intergalactic. Right.
Yeah, was that 20? That was
That might have
22.
been
though.
2022.
I think.
I don't know. Wait.
Yeah, all right, because that one I still ain't off that. That was that for me, for my money. That
It was
that's
a little
great-
vibe. It was
that's
a vibe.
It was what I was expecting out of Travis.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I was saying the whole time, I'm like, I wonder, is he trying to time his release based off of Cudi's work? Because Cudi had went silent, but it was like talks all the time about Cudi coming back out.
22.
Then damn. All right, well he didn't make the cut.
Yeah, that's
So-
September 22. So like
it was right
it was
in-
yeah.
Wow.
Mine
What
is easy.
did?
It's Michael for me. It's Killer Michael. Period.
But see, I would expect your down south
Period.
behind to like that.
Honestly, I was gonna go. If I was gonna go with a Southern rappers album for this year, R.I.P. is his best work yet. Haiti ain't here to get his flowers. Dolph. Young Dolph's album, man, that shit is.
I ain't even listened to it. I don't think, man.
But like
man, that album
when I
slaps
used
his
to listen
best
to Dolph,
work. He did an Aaliyah.
I just hate
His best album.
I hate that though. I hate that though. But that was
That
yeah.
Dolph album, man, nah, that is.
We got to go
that's
back on
album.
that then.
yeah, I gotta go back. I gotta go.
You gotta go back
check
and
that for it.
always listen to Always. That's my favorite song on the whole album.
Can we hear y'all the flute conversation? Because y'all was off camera.
So
So what's the problem? Go ahead.
glad
This is
brought
you guys'
that
time.
up. Honestly, I'm gonna let Nate. I'm gonna let Nate have this Because he's the Andre 3000 fan at the table. Nate.
Okay, wait. Before you speak, wait. Now, we haven't discussed the Flute album on the show.
That's so
The Flute album.
because it's a name.
What's the name of the album? You don't know.
It's a name to the album.
It's unnecessarily long.
Blue Sun.
Okay, thank you.
Blue Sun is the name of Andre 3000 Flute album.
It's the Flute album, G. Why can't he rap over the flute?
But this is not rap.
Why can't he flute and rap?
Now look. This
He's
is
out Kanye.
No, for sure.
It's a great perspective.
That's so funny. That's funny. Right.
It's a great perspective.
Look, I have this argument with Oscar all the time, who's behind the camera once again. You got to be able to let an artist be what they want to be.
And I respect that. No, I respect that because as an artist, someone came to me like that. Someone came to me. I didn't say came in me, like came around me. Like, I mean, what if I come on me? Then is that a pause?
For this conversation, yes.
I don't even know that. Right? Yeah, no. Righty, right. I think that, we'll just cut all of that, right? I think.
No, it's great. It's great.
7.6%, right? 7.4. We're just like
7.
It's more than 7%. Right. Shout out to Joe Fresh Goods. I think that A, he could have rapped over the flute. B, I've tried to fit Andre 3000 in my top 5 argument. And like
this is where this stems from.
This is also like just a homies conversation that we have because I really want 3 Stacks in my top 5, but I just don't think he has enough solo music to do it.
He doesn't.
And like Kendrick, I don't want to say is coming because he's came, and that I don't want to say that either.
Pause.
This is nuts.
But like but Kendrick pushed 3 Stacks out of my top 5, bro. And I've really been trying to get him back in there, bro. It's not, bro. A Flute album is not disrespectful, but me putting him outside of my top 5 is. Can Andre 3000, and I know this is disrespectful. You want disrespectful. Can Andre 3000 carry an album by himself without Big Boy?
Well, yes.
We don't know that.
You're the only one that asked that question.
Just let's listen. Let's listen to the conversation. Oscar thought his head a little bit. Let's talk about it.
We don't know that.
Let's talk about it. We don't know.
When we go back to Speaker Box to Love Below.
Thank you.
Okay.
But no.
I times have you listened to the Love Below versus Speaker Box?
So how often can you catch lightning in a bottle versus like can he do it again, bro?
Wait.
He could do it again.
Because he's good at making features?
Let's just put a few things together here.
We're just doing this based off of his features, bro.
But listen. Number one, to your point, 100% relevant in this conversation. The Love Below Speaker Box was when they were about to break up. And Andre wanted to do a solo album. But
it was fantastic.
I keep blanking on what's his name?
Big Boy?
Big Boy. Damn, thank you. I blanked on him yesterday. I was trying to say something about him. Big Boy, no disrespect to Big Boy. Big Boy did not want to break the group. That's why they made that album the way it is. That's why it's 2 discs.
Yeah.
It was their first shot at doing something.
What did he do after that? He made a Flute album. He made a Flute album.
Almost 20 years later.
But we've been begging for an album, bro. Don't tell me on the first track you want to rap and then play the flute. He's not even playing a real flute, bro. He's playing
I think here's the thing. That's what I think. I don't think we should even care what he's doing on the Flute album because it's not rap anyway. He just doing rap.
He's trolling us. And I refuse to let him troll us, bro. The first name of the song, the first song is titled. The first song is titled I Really Want to Make a Rap Album, but this is what the wind just blew in.
But
So
this is the space he's in. He's weird.
Right.
He's artistic.
He's weird. He's a weirdo. Kendrick is weird. At least he raps.
No, but I don't mean it disrespectfully. It is what it is. Like He's in his own lane, his own.
We all weird, bro. Like,
Listen,
I ain't tripping on weird, just rap.
I have the same argument. My absolute favorite female vocalist of all time, not who we discussed earlier, this is gonna be new, is Erykah Badu. Like she is it for me across the board, no matter what. Like she's
We love you, Erykah.
But I have the same complaint with Erykah because Erykah ain't released a real project in forever.
True.
Like
That's true.
Lauren.
She got a treasure trove of amazing records.
Or she don't.
No, she does.
Lauren, you think Lauren just forgot how to make music?
She does.
I think
like-
she's touring.
I can't even put Lauren in this conversation though.
I can't either.
Because of taxes?
Nah, Lauren, she got other shit going on. Lauren, I agree. I can't put her in there. But
Okay, I'll give you to Erykah.
But my point is,
She didn't stop learning how to. She doesn't. She still makes music, bro.
You know she got
There's
a
good music
song
somewhere that
that
they're
we
not
have
giving
never
us, bro.
heard that will blow our minds by Erykah Badu.
They're trolling us,
And
bro.
they're trolling us.
They
So
are
I would say
trolling
both
us.
her
How they
and
trolling?
I do not think that. I think that they're. I think as consumers, we want what we want,
Yes.
and then they are in whatever space they are in.
Correct.
And those are two separate things. I think. I know it
agree with
sucks.
that. No,
I know it sucks. 'Cause I love
He's
Andre.
the problem. I agree. With
Okay.
you. I respect that of an artist because that just.
But see, as a Kendrick fan, he went away. He needed his time.
Yeah.
He came back and talked about it.
Yeah.
Why can't 3 Stacks do that? Why can't Erykah do that?
He decided to go away, and he been practicing and walking
flute.
around doing flute.
But Kendrick,
different type of flutes.
doing flute shit.
Not even the flute. The flute, he playing a recorder, bro.
Doing flute shit.
listen.
This man did this, and he's got him in his top 5.
Come on.
He's got this man in his top 5.
I ain't saying he about top
Okay,
five.
but okay, so then
I'm
we
just saying,
agree.
He should be able to freely express himself.
I
as
give
an
you that.
artist.
I would say.
And as a fan,
I agree with
I
that.
can be disappointed with wanting to hear one of my favorite rappers not play, or at least rap over the flute. I'm not saying you can't play the flute. Just give me an 8
I
bars.
didn't listen because I don't
That
listen to
being-
flute
I was gonna
music.
say, that being said, I think the Flute album is trash.
That's right.
And I
Do you
love-
like flute music?
I love Andre 3000.
Like,
It is so stupid.
is he a skilled flute player? A
But
flautist?
Right.
Is that a-
Right, that's the thing.
Bro,
But
here's what I'm saying. Somebody who doesn't like rap can't listen to rap and then give an objective opinion on it, right?
Yeah.
So are we wrong trying to judge
I don't know
a
that-
genre that we have
Here's what
no
I will say.
experience with?
Y'all heard it live.
I give you that. That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
I said
So you
that
listen to
before we
flute
even
music.
got it. I listen to jazz. I listen to a lot of
Yeah.
shit. And what I will say, that why I say this album is trash, is because it's not a good representation of who he is as an artist. And that's what makes it even worse.
So he's bad at the flute?
No, I'm not saying
Is
he's
he
not
not
bad at the
good?
flute, but what I am saying is, for his artistry and his core fan base, and like what brought him to be Andre 3 Stacks,
Yeah.
to put out that type of you could have put out a flute album that sounded a million different ways.
Yeah.
To me, it's the execution of the flute album. Like, this is like spa tantric music is what he's
That-
released.
I agree.
Like, this
Now
is
see,
like
I got a
tantric-
massage on the schedule.
Yes.
But if
I
you
may have the
when you in a
AirPod.
spot, spot, would you be listening to this like?
But when you are in a spot,
Turn
do
it- this
you
shit
know,
trash.
Do you know
No,
who's
no, you're
playing
not
the song?
doing
And that's my point.
You don't.
You don't, but somebody we know put out spa tantric music.
Yeah, I
and
think
we
that's
judging
wrong.
it against
I'm sorry, I think that's
Spodioti Dopalicious.
Well, but
and
yes,
we can't do that.
we can't do that. That's all
no.
I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying is now that I disagree. What I am saying is that no different than when Candy Burst, who is from Escape,
Yeah.
decided to cross over into the country. No different than Lil Wayne.
That's
when he
no.
decided to cross
They're
over.
speaking words
Well, no,
still.
listen. No different than Lil
They saying
Wayne
words.
decided to cross over and do the rock album. Just like Snoop Dogg crossed over and wanted to do gospel.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and reggae.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you as an artist have a responsibility to your fans to be able to cross over to do something that's palatable for your core fan base. And my whole point here is Andre missed it by crossing way the fuck over to spot music when it's like, because
He could have told poems over the Flute.
Here's the thing. We wouldn't even be talking about this damn album if it wasn't Andre 3000.
But that is
and that's my problem with the product.
Why do a rollout for a Flute album?
If you want to go jazz, bro, if you want to go jazz and play Flute, then bring the culture to where you are.
Why you going to Breakfast Club?
That's like, okay, we're talking about beer.
Yeah.
All right, we're a brewery. We know in this community right now, there are more black people in this community that are familiar with Michelob, Bud Light, and all that bullshit than they are craft beer.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to start pouring all barley wines at the tap room, expecting everybody to come on and be like,
people want that Helen. People want that Helen.
Give them something more palatable.
But what if you
what
if you liked barley wines and you wanted to start brewing them though?
We can have one, but you need a Helen. You need a lager.
I don't think an artist owes anybody anything.
Right.
At all.
But like, don't roll it out.
I don't think he rolled anything out.
He was doing Breakfast Club interviews, bro.
No, he had the one.
He did multiple.
The GQ interview.
He did a few interviews, bro.
That's our fault. We shouldn't have cared.
Right? I agree.
Care about
I agree. I wish we.
I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying 100%.
Yeah.
And I, by and large, agree with you. I really do. My issue with the album, however, is that it could have been a better crossover album to bring more of us over to where
back?
he is.
Then we're back here.
That's all I'm saying.
It's almost right.
It didn't have to be.
I see what you're saying.
You can still be an artist, and you can still be into your art, but you have to consider your audience at the end of the day too.
True.
Because
I see what he's saying.
He's making money off of this based off.
He leveraged the audience on his rollout.
I see what he's saying. Because the thing, no, I agree that an artist should be able
to talk about him.
Wait.
We don't have to talk about him. I don't want to talk about him.
So is he?
I want to hear that. They're back and forth. I wouldn't talk about him.
Is he in your top 5?
No.
Is he in your top 5?
No.
Is he in your top 5?
Top 10.
Okay. I'll give you 10 just off talent. But like our original, and we can button this up. Our original argument, which is why we're so passionate, is because he's been in their top 5. And I think that recently he's kind of moved out. But I always no, he does not rap enough. He does not have enough volume to be there.
I will never take that away from him.
He's talented.
That man has bars.
I'll say this.
But then we talk about longevity and whole.
I'll do this, and we can button it up. I was hypocritical. You can still put him in your top 5 because rapping wise, Black Thought also.
He's in my top 5.
Is probably don't have the volume by himself because he's mainly with the Roots.
Yeah.
But just bar for bar.
One of the best people to rap. I agree with you there. But see,
that's an honorable mention and comparative with 3 Stacks.
But see, okay, in mine, I'd rather have Black Thought in mine than 3 Stacks. I love 3 Stacks. Buttoned up.
Beers and Bars, Turner House. We'll see y'all next time.
We love y'all. Cheers.